What is Conversations with Coryell all about? It's a weekly series on a wide variety of topics, from the metaphysical to the philosophical, from the erotic to the exotic, from the mystical to the spiritual. It's all about showing you how to enhance your life. And I'll also be showing you ways on how you can enhance your animals' lives too. I'll be joined by host Kevin McDonald. I'm happy to have you here. Now let's have a conversation.
And let's have that conversation. It's Coryell Kramer. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. How are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great too.
Fine day, fine day.
Day. Tis a beautiful day indeed. Okay, we have decided we are putting ourselves on a timeline, so we need to make sure that we stay focused, breathe, and be focused and ready to go here, because we want to make sure that we get all the information out in a timely and effective manner.
There you go.
So there you are, and so there you are.
Yeah, it's going to take us a little bit to get used to this, but
it is.
Yeah, so today's show is, I wanted to talk about being an uplifter. What does that mean? How do you do it? Not only for your, most importantly for yourself, because you can't uplift somebody else if you're not uplifted. You know, if you're all the way down here, you can't. No. Yeah, it's not going to work, but it's something that I really find super important in my life. And I know that people have been asking me recently, well, how do I uplift myself? How do I uplift, people around me? How do I just feel better? So I decided that this is a good show for that.
Got a question for you to begin with. Yeah. I know you can uplift yourself and you can keep yourself positive. Mm-hmm. But how do you keep somebody else positive and uplifted when they've got their own stuff going on?
And that's exactly what I'm going into. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the whys. Why is it important? Because not just the hows, but why is this so important for you? What do you gain from this? And then that's going to be one of the things I'm going to talk about is in the hows, which is, how do you do this? How do you uplift yourself? How do you make yourself feel good and feel better? You have to be cognizant of the fact that if you're feeling blue, it's okay. It's okay. But just finding little things, the things that I have, the hows and the whys here today are going to be really something that are very super simple, easy wins. Okay. Because people think that they automatically have to move themselves from here to here. And you can't do that in a second, in a hot minute. It didn't take you that long to get down to here. So it's going to be just these few things that you can do. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the whys. So the whys is, why is this important, being an uplifter? It feels good. It really does. When you're doing it and you're feeling it and you're not willing to go down the road of doubt and despair and all this kind of stuff, you feel good. It's like you have, it's really important to have, strong mental health. It's really important to have good physical health. It's really important to have good vibrational health. Okay. Because when you are doing this, when you are being an uplifter and you're making positivity something that is positively, important in your day, then what happens is you're in a stance of trusting and connecting. You're tapped into source or God, and you're tuned into divine and your higher self, your soul that's up in non-physical. So you have this, they call it tapped in for a reason, because you're tapped into this juggernaut of love and positivity and all this kind of stuff. And it just feels really, really good when you feel good. That's one. So you're making the world a better place by introducing a more positive outlook. Okay. And we can all use that, especially in a time here where we're all looking at, oh crap, oh oh shit, oh crap. And it's like, yeah, but you know something, it's like you're if you can be a positive influence, then you are influencing other people to be positive. So, you know, you inspire others by just being an example. I can't tell you how many times I have people telling me, Coryell, I can't, you're I love your positivity. I love your uplifting. I love your refusal to look at, at a bad situation for a really, 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 really long time. You know, I appreciate the fact that you're in my life because you show me how to, trip the switch, so to speak. And it's really, it doesn't mean that I don't have a bad day. Okay. It doesn't mean, I mean, before I got on this show, I was a little chaotic, but I took a moment to say, okay, I checked in with myself, what's going on with me. So, and when I do that, I'm trying to fine tune myself and become aware of what's going on inside here. So it makes worry and doubt and fear so much less. And when they do come up, because they will come up, because surprise, you're human. It becomes this. How do I? When it arises, it doesn't feel as strong as it is because you're already vibrating up here. So that's a very low feeling. Doubt, mistrust, fear is very low. So you could start to feel it come up to you, and you can retune yourself. You can readjust while this is coming up. It doesn't mean that shit doesn't happen. Shit happens. Okay. Absolutely. It does. But you're able to see when crap happens, you're able to look for the diamond in the crap because there's always a diamond in the crap. You just have to find it.
Now there's a mental picture for you.
Well, I love that expression. When life gives you shit, look for the diamond in the shit because it's something that it's there. And you might not find it all the time, but you just stay open to it and you'll see it. And you're like, okay, yes, the situation is not ideal. However, it is about and I don't like the word lesson. I'm not about lesson. We're here to be taught and lesson and all this and learn and all that stuff. I feel like we need to find the opportunities that the life is bringing to us.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I think it's important, but the question that a lot of people may be having as we're talking here is, okay, I woke up and I feel crappy and I just don't feel very good. I don't want to get out of bed. Yesterday was a crappy day and I don't want to go to work and I don't want to do that. And I don't want to drive. And how do you get out of that and say, all right, enough of that. Today's going to be a great day.
You can jump into the hows and I'm still in the whys.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. I'm trying to be concise here and you're messing with my concisity. I don't know if that's even a word. I don't think it is. I just made up my own word. Yay.
Okay. Forget I just said that because we're
still. No, that's good. Keep that because I promise you, we'll get to that. We will get to that. And I understand, first off, it's about understanding. I understand that feeling. Okay. So, and I know it's a reach, but I'm trying to give you little things that you can do. So like attracts like. That's the law of attraction. And I strongly believe in that. So if you're vibrating at a positive level, you usually have a really great day. You're zipping in and out of traffic and you're hitting all the green lights and you're meeting all these helpful people and you're meeting all these other people that just like happen to be like really cool and stuff and things like that. There you find like a $10 bill when you pumping gas or something, you're zooming. So what happens is that when you are positive like this, when you're an uplifter like this, you attract other uplifters in your life, which is great because that's one of the hows. So surrounding yourself with people who are positive. And I understand we're in a pandemic, but we're coming out of it. Okay, we're going to be coming out of it. Now, doesn't mean the vaccine is like an answer to everything, but it's still there. It hasn't cured it. It's still there. But what it is that you attract more people around you who are like that. So when you do dip, I just dated myself. Get on the telephone, the cell phone, and just say, hey, I need some help. Can you help me see this? I have people around me. The people around me I have are really, like yourself, are very fine-tuned. And I know that I can go to them when I need help, because we all need help. I don't go around happy, skippy all the time. I don't do that. But okay, when I am not tuned to the higher vibrations, I am very much more aware of it than I used to be. I used to go through years and years and years of just anger and depression and fear and doubt, just like I was soaked in it. Okay. And now I attract more, the people I attract in my life are people who are in ways like me somewhat, and some of them are just willing to learn how to be like more positive. So like attracts like. You now, through this, you are promoting better mental and physical health, because you are what you believe. And if you are in a stance of being trusting and knowing and just believing and just tapped in, your mental health is better, your physical health is better, because you believe in well-being, and you believe well-being is your right. You believe well-being is your, not even your right, it's just something that's an easy win. Yeah, well-being, I believe in it. It's mine. It's always been there. It's never going to leave me unless I turn it off, and I'm not planning on turning it off anytime soon. So another thing is that you are living your life as you were meant to be when you are like this, which is happy. We need to be happy. We need to be happier. We did not come down here to suffer. We did not come down here to learn a lesson. This is my belief. This is my belief. We did not come down here to get it right this time karmically, although karma plays a little thing into it. Yeah, but it's too much pressure. We came down here to be happy. We came down here to live our lives in happiness, to be inspired, to be inspiring, to be thriving, to be being an example to others on how to hone their happy. That's why we came here, to be happy. So that is kind of like some of the hows, or some of the whys. Now we're going to go into your hows, Kevin. Okay.
I want to know.
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know, evidently. So first and foremost, it's, how do you do this? How do you become an uplifter? How do you become a positive force and a positive influence for yourself first, then for others? Because you cannot uplift anybody if you're not uplifted yourself. It's physically impossible. It's not, you're not in the same wavelength. So first and foremost, it's about having empathy and compassion first for yourself. That's, oh my God, that's a new concept. Having empathy for myself, compassion for myself. Yes. Having compassion for you, and then what somebody else is going through. Having empathy, but remember, empathy is not sympathy. Sympathy is pity. You want to come to somebody and you want to say, listen to them, really listen, give them eye contact, really listen, and say, and let them talk. And then what you do is you say, I understand. I may not have gone through that, but I understand where your emotional state of being is coming from. I get it. I feel you. It's not, oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That's awful. That's really awful. That's terrible. Oh, that must have made you feel so bad.
How could God do that to
You
you?
know, I remember when that happened to me. And that happened to me about 25 years. That's not, you're not listening to them.
Right.
You listen compassion, right? You know. So it's about that first and foremost. And then it's like, don't set yourself up for failure. What do I mean by that? Remember that if you're down here, you can't go all the way up here in that hot second.
Mm.
Because if you have been sitting in this, whatever this is, for a while, this is really in your vibration right now. It's about not making a huge leap, but just a gradual, gentle uplift. So the other thing I want to say is it's about practice, practice, practice. Don't give up, because people usually, what happens is that people will try some of these things I'm about to say, and they're like, well, if they don't feel good in the next like 2 seconds, they forget, oh, it's not gonna work. You gotta, you're fine tuning yourself again. You got to understand, this is like a knife. You're honing this knife of positivity, and you can't just swipe the knife and once and that's it. Okay, the knife's sharp. No, it's still not going to cut. You gotta run it through the sharpener a little bit for a few minutes. Okay, and then gradually the edge becomes sharper and sharper and sharper. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So it's about practice, and don't give up so easily. Keep doing this. Keep doing this. I was in a huge mental dark hole, that I filled with all different kinds of things. This was years ago, before I did the metaphysical stuff. And I filled it with everything from drugs to alcohol to sex to whatever, I it took me a while to get into that hole. I didn't just dive into it one day and that was it. I'm in the hole. I'm done. I'm all the way in. I'm depressed. I'm, suicidal. What it is that I had to make it a habit. Like I made the other way of thinking. It's become a habit now. So whatever that thinking is now a habit. So now you have to make something else that habit to overcome that habit, the bad habit of thinking. So the way that you do these things, first of all, how you're feeling right now, whatever's going on around you right now, whatever is, because we want to change it. But first you got to accept whatever it is and say, okay, this is happening. This is here. This is how I'm feeling right now. And then you ask yourself the question, what can I do to raise myself up just a little bit? Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. So there's ways of accepting, first off, that what is, that's huge. That is a big step. That's a big step towards feeling better, because you're accepting it and you're embracing it and you're like, okay, and now I can work on letting it go, because you cannot let go of something unless you really embrace it and acknowledge it. So one of the big things that I'm going to say, one of the ways that you can do it, okay, is by venting. Yes, I said venting. I have people that I call. Hello, Kevin. I have people that I call, and like my assistant and my friend Karen, I call her, when I'm flipped out, and I do get flipped out, my switch gets triggered a little bit and I get flipped out. So I vent. I need to be heard. I have people in my life that I know I can call and will hear me. And then after they hear me with compassion and empathy, they said, well, maybe Coryell, maybe you want to see it this way. And I'm like, oh shit, I never even thought of that. Because I was triggered.
Sure.
And once I'm triggered, it's like a gun. I'm like, I'm gone.
You're an East Coast girl. East Coast girls get triggered, and that
everybody gets triggered. Everybody gets triggered, but New Yorkers are just a little bit more animate about it, animated about it. So venting, talking it out loud, and its therapeutic qualities. That's very therapeutic. When you're talking out loud, you're also processing. Now, there's a difference between venting and erupting all over somebody and just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. See, I want to be heard, but then I want people in my life to flip the switch and show me, okay, where's the positivity? How can I see this better? Help me see this better. So having good, positive people in your life is really important. Then there's things like quiet time with music or sounds. Just taking 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and just putting on like river or ocean sounds or whale sounds or whatever floats your boat, and just sitting and just getting out and retuning yourself to the higher vibrations. So making a positive playlist on Spotify. I have a positivity playlist on my Spotify. These are all positive songs that I love, that I listen to when I need to feel a little bit positive and raise it up a little bit. Music is very healing. Music is a great way to do it. Appreciation lists. Making a list. Take a Post-it note. Doesn't even have to be that big. Take a Post-it note. Write down 5 things in your life or in your vicinity that you can appreciate right there and then, and stick that list up somewhere where you can look at it and remember, because the appreciation doesn't really go away unless you appreciate somebody who then screws you over. But I appreciate my car. I appreciate my home. I appreciate the fact that I've got money in the bank. I appreciate the fact that I forget money in the bank. I am happy I got food in the refrigerator. Okay, those things are really, you're retuning yourself gradually. You are really retuning yourself, but you got to keep doing it. You can't just say, oh, that's it, and it didn't work, and 5 minutes later I'm hissing at my cat. You gotta lift it up a little bit.
Your cat will hiss back.
Yeah, well, no, he wouldn't. Well, yeah, she would, yeah. So being cognizant of how you're talking to you. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. So how are you? What's going on behind the scenes? What's going on behind enemy lines? Okay. Are you rehashing something? Oh, I should have said this to this person. Oh, I should have done this to this person. Oh, I can't believe I let this person do it. I was so stupid. I can't believe I was so stupid. What words do you use to describe yourself? How do you talk to you? I have a technique that I developed years ago called being your own best friend. And to make a really long, short things really short, because we want to try to keep it concise. What you do is every morning I took words that described what happened to me the day before, because that was actual words of positive things that describe me. So if I was handy that day, I said, I'm super handy. If I was kind that day, I said, I'm a kind person, because I could remember when I was kind to that person. And I kept that. And I did this for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, I had a huge list of words that I could describe myself, that I actually had proof of me showing. I can't say I'm a millionaire when I'm not. Okay. So it's words that you're using. Become cognizant of the words that you use for yourself. There's a saying that I love. I learned it when I was in the program, and it's move a muscle, change a thought. Get up and get out. If you're in a situation somewhere and it's becoming extremely overwhelming to you, and this could be just, you in front of the TV or the front of the computer, move a muscle and change a thought. Go take a walk, because it really does help. Go out in nature. If you can't go out in nature, go for a walk around the block 20 times or something, but get out. Then there's other things that you can do. You can do random act of kindness. Now, what I mean by that is that I used to love doing stuff, and I still do, doing stuff for people and I don't tell them I'm doing it, or I don't tell them who I am or whatever. Like I used to give when there were tolls before Easy Pass, I used to give that person a little bit of extra money and then I would drive off. Have a nice day. Let them keep that as a tip. Random act of kindness. You don't know me. Okay. Donating. I have a link. I posted a link before the show about a woman who is in dire straits right now, who is a niece of Dawn White, who was on the show with her cats Lola early on when we first started doing conversations with Coryell. And make a donation. Be anonymous when you do it. It's kindness is a great way for you to see your humanity and for you to get out of your head. So the other thing is that I'm a big proponent of is grounding. Grounding is a great way. When I start feeling like I'm spinning and my mind is going too much and I'm too much in the problem, not in the solution, I go outside, I find a nice patch of earth and I take my shoes off and I ground. Now I understand in some parts of the United States, it's wintertime. Okay, then go outside and just stand on the earth with your shoes or your boots or whatever. Okay. This has been scientifically proven. It quiets the mind. It grounds you back down to the Earth's magnetic field where you can be connected to divine, but you're also grounded to the earth. So you're tethered to the earth without being super, super grounded and set in your ways. But it clears your mind. It makes you feel better. It quiets your mind. Or listen to a grounding chakra, a root chakra meditation. Being cognizant also of the people around you. What are the people around you saying? How are they acting? What are they watching on TV? What are they reading about? What are they talking about? How do they talk to themselves? And like I said, surround yourself with people, so you can have a positive tribe vibe. That's important because the people around you are influencing you like nobody's business, even in a pandemic. Okay.
Yep.
So being willing to listen, and when the time is right, so I listen to people, make eye contact. What can I do for you? What do I need? What do you need? Talk to me. And then when it's the right time, not when they're in the middle of talking about their situation, but maybe when they're talking about their situation for the 5th time or the 3rd time or the 4th time, the same thing over and over again, stopping it and saying, hang on a second. Let's take a breath. Let's release this. Let's see, what can we do to release this? What can we do to let this go? And then finding something that is positive about them or about the situation or about wherever you are, finding the positive in the situation so that you can help to show them, so that you can flip that switch for them. But listening to them first is important, but don't sit in it. I have a saying, okay? I believe being an uplifter means that sometimes you have to help people deal with shit, but it doesn't mean I have to stand in it with you. I will help you, and then I will listen. I will do what I can. I will then reach out my hand, and I will say, let's uplift this. Let's find something else better than this. This is what I was doing a lot during the last presidency. So, again, I don't get political. I don't get political, but some people were having a difficult time. Don't send me emails, please.
Yes, they were.
So the last thing is really the thing I love, and that is make a big, fat, hairy fucking deal out of the little shit. Make it, blow it up. I have a client who sent me a text about their dog, and their dog was responding really positively to some of their stuff, to the stuff that we were doing. And he was feeling better, and he wasn't in dire straits, and he was doing better. I got up, I told my device over there, because I can't say her name or she'll turn on, to play the song Happy. by Pharrell Williams. I love that song. Hi, Rebecca. I love that song. I defy anybody not to want to dance to that song unless whatever. But I love that song. And I was dancing all around my house. And I felt good. It felt good. Dance, move, be. This is how you uplift and make the world, your life, and someone else's life a better thing to be. Ta-da.
Wow, and we made it. Oh, it's right at 30 minutes. You must have timed that out pretty well.
I tried.
But before we go, because I want to give you an example of the thought process that I use when I'm feeling down. First of all, I don't feel down very often. I'm really am a real positive kind of, and I don't know whether that is stupidity or I just don't get it or what, but
Remember those words. Don't use
I know. I feel really positive because one of the things is I'm never alone.
Mm.
You know, when you're feeling down, you're feeling blue, you're feeling like nobody gives a shit and that you can and that nobody cares about you and stuff. I recognize that that's all a story that I've made up. None of that's true. That people love me,
That's right.
that I've got people on the other side. I got my peeps, and my peeps are interested in taking care of me and making sure that and more so than that, I look at it like, okay, I'm not feeling all that hot. I'm not feeling all that good, but how can I make a difference, a positive difference in somebody else's life? And you can't do that from a low vibrational place. You have to raise your vibration to be able to do that, in my opinion. And if you do that and you can see, and I know that you've seen this, and this is one of the reasons why you love doing this work, is because you can see, you can physically see the change in somebody when you are working with them to get them to raise their vibration, to understand that life isn't like, it's got its challenges, yes, but it is a wonderful drama that we get to play part in.
That's right. Absolutely. There's nothing better than seeing somebody just all of a sudden just get it. And
Yes.
you see they kind of like they flipped where it's like they changed
They
and
do.
you see it. And I make note of it. This is one of the reasons why in my sessions, all my sessions, both with people and with animals, I start off with celebrations. What has happened since the last time we talked that you want to celebrate? Because I will celebrate it with you. I do the whole thing. I do. Yeah. I do the whole thing. I do wave. I'll do a wave. Blow it up. We make such a big fat fucking hairy deal out of stuff we shouldn't make big fat fucking hairy deals out of.
Right.
We need to make a big fat fucking hairy deal out of finding great the little stuff, finding a quarter. That's abundance. Hey, abundance. Awesome. Thanks, universe. Thank you. Believe and you will achieve.
Yep.
Believe and you will achieve. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. If you don't feel good, fake it, because after a while, your brain and your body will start lining up with that positivity. It will start lining up with it. Now, your thoughts might not, but you're not that hot minute because your thoughts are already on this high rate. But fake it until you make it. Act it.
You know,
Yeah.
one of the things that has always gotten me, and it happened just the other day, and it happened to be a Metallica song. There's a Metallica song that the thing
Love
is,
Metallica.
and nothing else matters is the tagline.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters, and it's a matter of you taking care of yourself and loving yourself, because at the end of the day, nothing else matters. And if you can translate that into your interactions with other people, and you recognize that you're happy and nothing else matters, they'll come along with you. They can't help but raise their vibration and to feel better. And that makes people like you and I feel good.
Yeah. And I'm very stubborn. I don't let anybody dip me down. I'll
Right.
dip myself down sometimes. Yeah. I mean, because hey, I'm human. But I try, if and people want to dip you down. They want to they want to dip you down so bad.
You know why? Because they don't feel they want what you've got, and if they can't have what you got, then they want to drag you down to where they are.
Right. Misery loves the company.
Yeah.
But I ain't playing the company game. No, you got to find somebody else. I'm not somebody who's going to, if you want to talk politics, if you want to talk about this and that, you got to find somebody else. I'm not for you. No.
Exactly. Now ladies and gentlemen, we're trying an experiment today. We're going to keep this a little shorter than normal so that you can listen to the entire episode in without having to go away and then come back and stuff. So if you like it, so it's only been 35 minutes, so we're still good.
We're honing. We're honing. So,
yeah.
Mary, thank you for tuning in. And everybody else who will listen and watch later, thank you for coming and tuning in.
You'd be amazed. There are Coryell, you and I, we are growing. There are more people that are listening because of the message. The message is good and it's uplifting and it's positive, and they're listening to you. And that's why I listen to you too, because you're very good. But you know what I really love about you?
What?
Is when you are having a bad moment.
Yeah.
You will reach out to people that care for you. And then you can openly, honestly discuss whatever it is, and we can come to some sort of a if not a resolution, at least a better way to be.
And we'll always laugh. I always have the people's, we'll find something to laugh about. So, and laughter is the best medicine.
Exactly. And it's especially, yeah, you're just awesome. So somebody wants to go contact you. It's CoryellKramer.com, I do believe.
That's right.
And they need to talk to you about your pets and about, by the way, and I know we're going to do like a 10-minute thing, just kind of a promo. Do you know how many, I counted them, you know how many episodes we've done with you?
No.
About 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, think about it. We had the erotic blueprints.
Yes.
Which was 5. We had the animal blueprints, which was made 10. And then we had the BDSM, which should qualify as a couple because we said adults only, and suddenly everybody came and downloaded it. Naturally enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense. That seems to track.
So you are, by doing this, you are helping people live their lives and understand that they can live their lives a little bit better. And for that, I thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Always a pleasure. And Shelley, thank you for coming and tuning into. Hey, Shelley.
Please make sure you tell your friends, subscribe to this channel so that more people can hear a message that is clearly profound and is just a better way to be. And that's really how all I can say about it is it's just a better way to be.
Amen. Yes.
What would you like to say as we wrap up this episode?
That, I just want people to know that it doesn't mean that you stick your head in the sand. It just means that being an uplifter just means that you just feel it's important to raise the vibration up and help yourself to be happy and help others to be happy. And, putting our happy on hold, how's that working for you? Because I don't think it's working for anybody. So put your happy in 5th gear. Let's tootle on down the road and let's whip that bitch into shape. So positivity, baby. Yeah.
That's another t-shirt. It's because the last one was heal your shit. And now what was this one again?
This was like put your happy in fifth gear and let's whip that bitch into shape.
Put your happy in gear
No,
and
don't put whip your bitch in. No, don't put that on people. Let's tootle on down the road with the happy. Let's go.
And I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Coryell is here every Tuesday at noon with a live presentation that you can then catch on her YouTube, my YouTube, her Facebook, my Facebook. We're going to have that. It's everywhere. So we appreciate you. And we appreciate you listening. And we appreciate Coryell. You're just phenomenal, as always.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Love you all.
And we're only 10 minutes over. That was really good. Well,
we're honing it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. Hey, and thanks for listening to this episode all the way to the end. Hey, pretty cool. Hey, don't forget to follow us so you can receive regular updates and new posts. And remember, take care of each other because each other's all we've got. See you next time on My Independence Report.